All right, Coach. We're kind of at the halfway point of the season. Fall schedule is done. Spring schedule is still on the horizon. Of course, that's the championship part of the schedule, and where you guys really hope to get things accomplished. But six competitions in, 3 wins, 3 losses. Give me your overall thoughts on what you guys did in the fall.
Well, I think we've had some good moments and some not so good moments. I think as a whole, I've been very pleased with our Western team. I think they have done a great job. In particular, our reigners have been quite good, and so that's always a bonus. I think the reining is very difficult for girls to adapt to in college, and so I think our girls have done a great job with the new ones that have come in and the folks that haven't competed as much. And so I'm happy with that. Our horsemanship team has kind of been hot and cold. It's either feast or famine. They either do well or they don't, and so that's been something that we need to get better to be more consistent. I mean, we've been pretty. I know Coach Sorrell has been pretty happy with the performance of her teams, but it's just sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, and I think most of the losses that we've had in horsemanship have been by like half a point, and when you're losing by half a point, that is not. It is cause for concern because you want to win by half a point. But at the same time, a half a point is very minuscule. So we've just got to get a little more consistent there. I think the fences is the same. We're either winning everything or we're not. So I think that one of the things that we want to do there is just get more consistent. We've had a lot of nerves affect the hunt seat team, I think, and so that is something, and I think that kind of carries over from last year. So one of the things we're trying to do is just work on the fact that we've got a very talented group, and they're very capable of winning, but they have to believe in themselves a little bit more. I also think on the flat that and that's kind of my expertise, but that's been our weakest point right now. We just can't get consistently winning on that end. So I continue to go back to the drawing board to try to figure out how to get better. Maybe we have to change the lineup a little bit and see if we can get better there. So some good things, some not so good things. I can't say that I'm happy with 3-3, but I also think that a couple of those losses could have easily been wins. And I think that it's just a matter of looking at it in a little different way or whatever. So as a whole, we've been pleased, but we've still got to continue to get better in order to have a winning record.
One thing you guys, you and I have talked about really any time that we've sat down together has been the depth that you guys have shown. I think 20 different riders have earned at least a point. I want to say it's 11 or 12 different MOPs. So talk about that, but also, you mentioned some areas that you guys feel that you need to improve in. So if you continue to struggle in certain areas, do you see maybe expanding that depth even further and tabbing some riders that really haven't competed a ton for you this year in the spring?
That's certainly a possibility, but I agree with you. I think we've gotten a lot of people in, and that was one of our goals this year. And it's very, I really appreciate the fact that we've had a lot of different people in, and I really don't keep up with statistics a lot, so it's great to hear that we've had a lot of different MOPs. I think that's really important. We're always looking to change things up. I think we use a lot of competitions we go to have exhibition rides where the rider goes in and they compete against someone from the opposing team, but their point doesn't count, but they have that opportunity to get in the ring and ride well. And so we continue to use that to try to develop our riders and see if we can get them a little more consistent. So yeah, you could see some changes. I think towards the middle of the spring, we have to start looking towards a solid 5 in each discipline. In each event.
Sure.
And so as we look at the 5 in each event, then we're going to probably start sticking with, unless somebody just makes blatant error after blatant error. It's always trying to get rid of those errors. I think that's it with any sport, that if you can get rid of your errors, then you're probably going to win. And so I think for us that's what we're going to try to accomplish. And we're still playing with the numbers and playing with the different people we have. So the spring is the spring, and we'll kind of see how that goes. But we're going to just try to continue to get better and start to get to where we have I think there's a very gelled group with the reining, and beginning to gel group with horsemanship. And I think Coach Dobbs has been pretty happy with hers that are jumping. So it might just be the flat that it may see a little shake up here and there. But overall, I think we're pleased with as a whole with where we are with the putting people in and taking people out.
Last one for you, Coach. It's Christmas break right now, obviously, but you guys will come back for second semester in early January, and I'm sure that you want the all four facets of the team to hit the ground running. What's the mindset that those student athletes need when you do reconvene and you start preparing for the spring matches in early January?
Well, I think is exactly what you said, that they've got to be ready to go, and they can't be ready to go because they can't think they're ready to go because they didn't ride over the holidays. Sure. That's the one thing that concerns me, is whenever you let them go, and we're out of season. And there are certainly many of them that are riding. I've seen posts on Facebook and stuff, so it's kind of exciting to see Bailey Musieski going around in Ohio in the snow on her horse, and a few others that are out actually getting some mileage riding over the winter. And over the winter break. But I think that what we want to see is some people that have continued to work out over the Christmas holidays or the holidays, and people that have tried to get better, people that have worked out. And so when they come in, it's like they never left. And that's what we're looking for. So I think if they can do that, then we're going to hit the ground running. And we will do a scrimmage at the end of January. We're not 100% sure who we're bringing in right now, but we have a couple of schools. We'll probably have one Western school that we bring in, and a hunt seat school that we bring in. And so that'll give us a great opportunity to get some new folks in, and maybe get some whose nerves are getting to them, to get in and get a practice before we start our regular season. So it's going to be a tough spring, but not one that we can't do well in. And I'm looking forward to it. I think our group is enthusiastic and really wants to do well. And I think they're a very cohesive group. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what they have to show us come this spring.
Should be a lot of fun. Happy holidays to you, Coach, and we'll see you again in January.
Great. Thanks, Rob.